Respect is not something that can be demanded or imposed upon others. It is a profound reflection of how we carry ourselves, how we treat those around us, and how we contribute to the world. True respect is not born out of fear, but out of admiration for the values we embody and the positive impact we make on the lives of others. Does it seem like people don't respect you? Perhaps they don't listen to you. Maybe they brush your emotions aside or never pick your ideas. You might feel that you just don't matter to others. In this guide, you'll learn how to get people to respect you even if you don't have a high social status. 1. Keep your promises. Show that you are reliable by keeping your word. Don't make promises if you can't follow through. If you can't meet your commitments, apologize without making excuses and try to make amends. 2. Be consistent. It's normal to change your opinions, preferences, and lifestyle from time to time. But if your words and actions clash, other people might think that you're flaky or a liar, which won't win you any respect. For example, if you say that you don't drink alcohol but usually have a beer when you're out with other people, you'll come across as indecisive or dishonest. 3. Avoid gossiping. Gossiping is a bad habit that won't earn you respect. If you share personal information about someone without their consent, they probably won't trust you in the future. And if people hear you gossiping about someone else, they might assume that you'd be happy to gossip about them as well. 4. Speak so that people listen to you. Use people's names when you're talking to them. Avoid overly complex language. Ask more questions about the other person. Use hand gestures to make your message clearer. Keep more eye contact. Improve your articulation and vocal projections so that other people find it easier to hear you. Use pauses effectively. Vary your tempo and tone when speaking. This makes you more interesting to listen to. 5. Use confident body language. Our body language can tell people how we feel about ourselves. For example, if you walk around with your shoulders hunched, arms crossed, and your eyes on the ground, you will seem shy, afraid, or insecure. None of that commands respect. 6. Don't let people keep interrupting you. As a general rule, well-respected people aren't interrupted because others are interested in the things they say. If you learn how to deal with interruptions, you might come across as more assertive and socially skilled. 7. Keep your temper and anger in check. If you lose your temper, people won't take you seriously because they'll think you're too emotional and irrational. Here's how to address a conflict or have a difficult conversation in a way that makes people respect you more. Prepare some suggestions for improving the situation before you have a talk. Have the conversation in private instead of making a scene in public. Do it after you've cooled down instead of confronting someone in the heat of the moment. Keep yourself calm. Make an effort not to get defensive or upset. Be understanding of the other person's circumstances. Tell them you understand and want to work with them to find a solution that works for both of you. Be honest with yourself about mistakes you've made and things you could do differently moving forward. Admit when you're wrong and apologize. 8. Avoid oversharing. It's common to talk too much and start rambling when you get nervous or want to make a good impression. But to gain others' respect, you can't ramble and talk about yourself. You need to slow down and find some common ground first. That way, people will start valuing your input and what you say. 9. Ask for help when you need it. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. People who acknowledge their own limits don't pretend that they are capable of doing anything and everything. When you can admit that you need a hand, other people might respect your self-awareness. Don't let your pride get in the way. Most of us need help at times. For example, if you feel overwhelmed at work, it's okay to ask a colleague for help or to delegate some of your tasks if you're a manager. 10. Own up to your own mistakes. People who stand their ground even after they realize they've messed up are acting from a place of pride. Prideful people quickly lose the respect of their peers. Be careful not to mistake pride for the idea of being proud of who you are. Being proud of who you are is a type of self-respect. Being prideful is believing you're better than others. Admitting when you're wrong is always humbling. No one enjoys making mistakes. But the reality is that we all make mistakes, and each one of us is going to be wrong at some point.